At 635,000 rides. That's quite impressive. More than a quarter of our large buses are electric or hybrid vehicles. These buses save thousands of dollars every year in fuel costs, reduced maintenance, and reduce harmful air emissions. There's Wi-Fi available on our connector routes, and riders can use smartphone apps to buy their tickets and also to track their buses so they can determine how close their bus is to their stop. Under the leadership of Director Nancy Norris, TransIt has become one of the top transit systems, not just in the state of Maryland, but in our region. Nancy and her staff do a great job, and they don't rest on their laurels. They continue to work towards meeting a growing demand for service. Every few years, TransIt launches a major customer satisfaction survey to see what they're doing right and what they can maybe do better. Through these surveys, we routinely hear that additional service is needed in our more rural communities. Residents in these areas may need assistance getting to a doctor's appointment, a court proceeding, a job interview, or for whatever else they need to do. These are people who may not be able to afford a car or the upkeep to maintain a car. They may be retired, they may be working several part-time jobs, they may be a lot of different people. The average transit rider earns less than $12,000 a year. So for transit riders, transit transportation is really very important to them because their other transportation options are truly limited. Currently, individuals living in Emmitsburg or Thurmont can reach the county seat here in the city of Frederick by taking a transit shuttle bus that runs once in the morning and once in the afternoon every weekday, Monday through Friday. The shuttle picks up riders in Emmitsburg and Thurmont between 7 and 7:30 a.m. and arrives downtown Frederick around 8 a.m. The return ride to the northern towns in the county leaves the city at about 4:15 p.m. and arrives in Thurmont at about 4:45 and in Emmitsburg around 5 p.m. That means that if someone needs to ride the bus to a doctor's appointment or a job interview or for some other purpose in the city of Frederick, and they have to leave their home around 7 a.m. in the morning and aren't able to return for 10 hours. Obviously, that is not ideal. The Emmitsburg Shuttle was scheduled to be reviewed by our transit this year. At the same time, people in the community started to make their voices heard, asking us for more transportation options in the northern part of the county. A graduate of the nonprofit Seton Center Getting Ahead program launched an awareness campaign about the need for additional service. And the mayors of both towns, Mayor Don Briggs of Emmitsburg and Mayor John Kennard of Thurmont, both of whom are here today, reached out to the county to see what could be done. They both were advocates for expanding this service to their communities, and I will add that we all advocated at our annual Consolidated Transportation tour with our state officials for more funding for rural service, and I appreciate that we had our mayors doing the same. So thanks to all of this advocacy from our community and from our two municipal mayors and some innovative thinking on the part of our transit team and Director Nancy Norris, today I'm pleased to announce the launch of an additional midday bus trip once a week for the Emmitsburg Shuttle. So beginning next week, the shuttle will begin a pilot run on Tuesdays. The midday shuttle will leave the Transit Center in downtown Frederick at 12:15 p.m. and make 7 stops along the way. Riders will arrive in Thurmont about 12:45 p.m. and then in Emmitsburg about 10 minutes later. And then they'll make the return trip back to Frederick, arriving in Frederick at about 1:40. So there'll be the early morning and the late afternoon service, as well as now this midday service. It's our hope that the addition of this midday service will make a difference to the lives of citizens by helping them to regain some time and hours in their day and by making the service more convenient. This pilot program will also allow us to gauge how many riders might take advantage of a midday service. So I'd like to invite Mayor Briggs to come up and speak for a few minutes about how this service might help the citizens of Emmitsburg and why he's been such a strong advocate for it. And then Mayor Kennard, if you want to add a few words, I would invite you to do so as well. Thank you.
I want to thank you, our county executive. Thank you very much. This is step in the right direction. We have a lot of pressure up there with our population on how to get back and forth to Frederick. It's our county seat, and there are more and more services here we have up there, and it's becoming a dilemma. And this, you responded, Ms. Norris and Mr. Roderick, and your Mr. Wilson, and our county executive very promptly and timely to something we really need. It's the one wedge we can't figure out. We're doing everything else to make it a sustainable community with connections and walkability and recreation and lighting and solar, everything we can think of, but we've really just got to continue to work on this piece of public transportation. So thank you very much.